My Hero is the best manga right now. And honestly, I'm tired of the comments and people talking about how this war arc is mid. Like, I don't even know how we're reading the same manga and you can come to that conclusion. Like, the war arc had a little bit of slow moments, but it's been non-stop fight the entire time. And what's amazing about this war arc is that we had a ton of the Class 1A characters who have done nothing in the series shine. And then this newest chapter, Chapter 421, is showing why My Hero is such a juggernaut for Shonen Jump. All of Class A pulls up like the Avengers.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Assemble.
When all of Class 1A pulled up, I had chills. And then you see the double panel spread where it says Chapter 421, we are here, and you see the whole class say we are here. Dude, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about this scene. Like, the we are here, that is All Might saying when he said, I am here, don't fear. But the whole class is standing up with Deku to fight the strongest person in the whole verse. And they are trying to assure Deku, don't worry, we are here. Like, My Hero does an amazing job when it comes to something called emotional weight. And it's panels and chapters like this that I feel like Horikoshi was building towards from the beginning of the series. We then get characters like Sarah, who hasn't had that much time to shine, but he's interacting with Shigaraki and talking about his own philosophy on when it comes to becoming strong. And then he also introduces Todoroki's return, which was so good. I was so confused when I was reading this panel. I was like, what is Sero talking about when he's talking about that one guy that had it rough? And then I scroll and I see the insane panel of Todoroki and Endeavor coming through their respective portals to launch a joint flash fire fist against Shigaraki. Like, when I saw this panel, I almost screamed. It is amazing. The art is so raw. And I love how Sarah was the one who's distracting Shigaraki and even foreshadowed Todoroki's return when he started talking about how that one guy had it tough some time ago. He looked like he was almost an addict. And then you see Todoroki just pop up in the next panel. Like, a lot of the characters in Class 1A haven't had their hero defining moments yet. So I'm glad that Horikoshi for the final leg of the manga is probably going to give a lot of these characters their defining moments, or at least epic moments before we finish out the story. And it's honestly heart-wrenching to see that all the heroes are so beaten and broken, but they all got together one by one to start supporting Deku. If they could move, they were on their way to the Warp Gate. And President Mike said it best. We said, let's go. This is our final big mission. And while all of this is happening, we see that Deku is on his last embers of One for All, just like All Might was. And this is probably going to be Deku's last moment as a hero, and he's going to go out just like All Might. And what's beautiful about this moment is Eraserhead gives him, bandages and a t-shirt to put on, and the t-shirt is an All Might shirt. When Deku's at his last embers, his mentor is still with him, and he's going to use All Might as an example as he goes forward. Like, it's honestly such a beautiful moment to see. And dude, I swear to God, Horikoshi watches his own anime, or at least knows the OST tracks, because Aoyama shows up and holds Deku's hand and says, let's run. Dude, when I read that panel, I started hearing When You Say Run start playing. And then we see panels of everyone watching say, do your best. And everyone supporting Deku is saying, go forward. And then you see him start to run. And then you just see a beautiful panel of Deku just running, and it says, do your best. And dude, this reminds me of why I fell in love with My Hero in the first place. When Deku saved Bakugo for the first time, that was my favorite scene of the whole series. A kid with no quirks just running into danger. And dude, this panel is so beautiful and so reminiscent of this quirkless kid running into danger. And dude, I'm getting choked up just talking about it. Like, it is so amazing. My Hero is honestly one of the best manga I've ever read. I have loved this manga the entire time I've read it. There's been some slow points for sure, but it's moments like this that I have not felt in many manga before. Like with Naruto, with One Piece, with Bleach. They're emotional and they do have emotional moments, but I feel like My Hero knocks it out of the park when it comes to their emotional moments. And the attention to detail that Horikoshi has for this manga is incredible. It's second to none. The way Horikoshi weaves story elements from the past to the present is incredible, and it adds to this emotional weight that I love so much about My Hero. Like this last panel with All Might on Deku's shirt and then Deku running, God, it's just so beautiful. And we've seen moments like this with Bakugo. We've seen moments like this with Kirishima. We've seen moments like this with so many different characters, with All Might versus All for One. And it's just, he's paying homage to what he's built in the universe he's created. And he doesn't want you to forget about these key elements or these key story parts from years ago. Like, this is literally referencing like chapter 1 or 2. And Horikoshi's done this a lot throughout the story, where he will reference something that a character went through in the past, but how that has changed them or affected their growth going into the future. And honestly, that's my favorite thing that Horikoshi does as an author and as a writer, just because these moments matter so much to all these different kids, and their growth and development have stemmed from those moments in the past that were traumatic or daunting for them. And there's no other word I can say to describe it besides beautiful. It is beautiful. And My Hero, I feel like, has been honestly slept on, mainly because of the community that likes it, or, you know, just people are tired of the talk no jutsu. But the whole time, Deku has always been this way. He has always said he doesn't want to kill Shigaraki. He wants to talk it out. He wants to figure out a way to save him, because that's the whole point of My Hero. It's to save people. And I'm glad that Horikoshi is sticking to Deku's mission. And even though people don't like the talk no jutsu or this ending, I'm glad that Horikoshi is sticking to what is true for Deku and the hero he has always wanted to be. I honestly cannot praise My Hero enough. I really wish that a lot of people would give it a second chance or try reading the manga, because maybe the manga might be better than the anime adaptation, especially with how season 6 dropped the ball when it came to art and animation. It honestly did not look anywhere near as good as the manga did. And some of the emotional moments just didn't hit as hard as it did in the manga. But I want to say, if you don't think My Hero is good or you didn't like this war arc, I implore you to read it again and be very attentive to the details that Horikoshi's putting in, because a lot of the moments and a lot of the key fights of this war arc have been full circle moments for the characters that have been involved. And when you realize that and see the attention that Horikoshi's put in, it is honestly breathtaking. And also, My Hero is just insanely good, so reread it. But we only have a short amount of time left on this manga's journey, so please keep with it until the end, and let's finish out My Hero with a bang. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Peace.